Hey guys, it's Beane shooting again from my home here in Atlanta, Georgia. And welcome to our multi-level mentor division. And you guys have sent a ton of questions and a ton of suggestions with the launch of our website. And I really appreciate it. For those I've not had the pleasure of meeting, before I became a speaker and a trainer and a coach and a consultant, I actually got my career started in multi-level marketing. So I have a lot of tremendous loyalty and love and respect for networkers. And I got to tell you guys, even though I retired from traditional network marketing with products and services, I cannot leave the industry alone. So I'm a huge supporter and advocate for network marketing because it literally saved my life. I was blessed and fortunate enough to retire when I was only 22 years old. So I went from a job I could not stand, making 3 figures every 2 weeks, all the way up into a 7-figure career after over 15 years full-time in the network marketing industry. So I still stay in touch with a lot of my colleagues. I still have people that I coach and train, and a website that I put up so that individuals can have a third party or objective viewpoint on different questions and struggles they may encounter, because every young networker deserves an opportunity, and every networker, when I say young, I simply mean in the industry, deserves a chance to make it, because you can. The right systems come in place, the right mentors come in place, the right products and industries come together, and it's the best thing you've ever seen or experienced. So we got another question today, and I always tell people I literally have been blessed enough to hit the top positions in 3 service-based companies and 2 product-based companies. So generally, regardless of where your question comes from, I either have experienced it or I know someone who has. And we'll feature some of those individuals on the website as well. So the question for today, Brian, how do I know when it's time to leave my city and start developing other cities? Great question. To be honest with you, you'll know it's time because here's how I gauge. First of all, let's look at it this way. Forget about knowing when it's time. Let's look at when you should start to do it and how you should donut from your city. And the reason I say donut is because you always want to start off and grow your organization in your surrounding area first, especially if you're only doing the business part-time, which I pray most people watching this video, you're doing the business part-time initially until it becomes your full-time, till it replaces your full-time salary. And here's the reality. You start off with a home base first because you don't want to spend a lot of money on plane tickets and a lot of money on hotels and a lot of money these days on gas, going to all these different cities and driving, and 2 or 3 people show up at your meeting. You know what I mean? I've been there. I know what it's like. I mean, you have people who will call you and tell you, I'm going to have it packed out. It's going to be flooded. It's only 6 hours, Brian. Come on down. In my younger years, I would get in the car, drive down, and it's the husband, wife, 2 kids, the dog, and a neighbor that they drug over. And I drove 6 hours. Somebody has some explaining to do. So you don't want to build an antagonistic relationship with your own organization because they aren't meeting those obligations. So what I always tell people is, look, donut out of your city. Hit cities that are within 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours driving distance first. You can hit some meetings during the week and still come home. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of my organizations were in cities I could hit quickly. Columbus, Georgia, hour and a half, come right back. Phoenix City, Alabama, hour and a half, come right back. You know, Birmingham, Alabama, hour and a half, come right back. So I literally would burn the candle from both ends until, guess what? One of my ends went out, and it was my job. Then I would go a little bit further, Orlando, Florida, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Illinois, you know, Dallas, Texas. Then I would start to hit Michigan. Then I would come back down and hit Memphis, Tennessee. Then I would go all the way out to California. But by then I was full-time and I could afford it. See, you don't want to get burnt out where you fly over all these people to get the 2 guys in California who claim you can dominate the West Coast. And if you just look out the plane window, You flew over 5 million people on your way to California to talk to 2 people. So why not take the concept of donutting and just donut out of your city with a small radius, then a larger radius, then a larger radius, and I promise you, those cities close by will finance you directly into those cities far away. So until then, use your webinars. Hey guys, this is the 21st century. You want to use technology before you start hopping on a plane for someone who promises to have the room packed. Let's use our webinars. Use those conference calls. Use those social networks. Use the speakerphone to do a lot of your meetings first. And I'll show you guys in later videos how to use your tools and develop brands and use technology. And I'll bring in some of my expert buddies in our community to show you guys how to blow your organizations up in this particular model using the technology that's available. So I hope that works. If you're brand new, donut out of your city first. I know you have 2 people in New York and you're excited. No need to fly for 2 people. I know you have 20 people in California and you're excited. Brian, you don't understand. If I could just get to Houston, Texas. No, you don't understand. I always tell people a certain number of reps have to hit the first corporate earned position before I travel. You need at least 5 people to hit the first rank. So now, instead of you going to brief 5 people and train 5 people, there should be 25 to 55 people there. That makes the plane ticket worthwhile. So base your activity on productivity, or base what you do on productivity, not activity. Very, very important. So use the donut concept, and I promise you guys, you'll save a lot of money and you'll save a lot of time. Do me a favor, always post questions and comments on our website or on the section below. I really, really appreciate it. And remember, always make bold vertical moves and take those financial quantum leaps. I'll see you guys next time.